want to invite Travis Weber, Vice President of Policy and Government Affairs at the Family Research Council, to join me. Travis, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Tony.
All right. I want to very quickly jump to an issue, and then I want to get your takeaways from the conference here. But the White House making a statement of an announcement of a policy regarding AI.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about that, its impact upon the family.
Yeah, so Tony, at a family conference, why are we talking about this? Because the threats from AI will impact the family, right? So the announcement this week is the announcement of their AI action plan. It's very focused on innovation, technology, the way ahead, competing with China. But what's devoid in the plan and what we as Christians must raise, being biblically grounded Christians, we're talking about the announcement of reading the Bible next year. The Bible is our solution. It holds the key to these challenges. The plan is devoid of that. The plan is devoid of recognizing the threats to children, does not define human flourishing in the context of family and relational flourishing. So we have to point these things out and call our nation's attention to address them.
And does that not validate the concerns that we expressed during the reconciliation process, where in the very last moment there was a provision stuck in there that put a moratorium on the states from addressing AI for 10 years, leaving it solely to the realm of the federal government. And the first policy we see post that debate is a policy devoid of the moral aspects of AI.
And this announcement specifically says, it expresses displeasure at states that might regulate AI because it wants to streamline and smooth the path ahead. At one level, that's understandable, but we have to call out the fact that this needs to address human flourishing and family.
There's an underlying issue here. I mean, I am supportive of 90% of what this administration does. I mean, it is night and day difference from what we have. But we have to understand and be willing to speak to the fact that this administration is approaching everything through the lenses of business and not through the lenses of Scripture. And that's where the church comes in, and the church cannot be afraid to speak to those issues.
Exactly. And even in this plan, they recognize jobs will be taken. So they say we're going to incentivize job creation, but it's all about supporting this giant AI infrastructure they want to build. So is the dignity of work that God has outlined in Genesis 1 and 2 going to be about not cultivating the creation that he has put us in, but rather supporting a giant machine infrastructure? We have to at least raise these questions.
There has to be a strong moral and ethical component to our approach to AI.
Exactly. Fully agree. And Tony, I mean, it's interesting reading the plan because they talk about certain things. They recognize we don't want bias. We want free speech. At some level, okay, that's understandable. We don't want biased systems. But what happens when we build a giant, powerful government apparatus and another actor comes into government that does not respect free speech and wants to censor?
We've seen that before.
We've seen that before
with policy.
Yeah.
I mean, we have China now looking at creating bots with AI and combining with human elements. I mean, without a moral anchor, this is a very dangerous world that we're
entering. So we say we recognize the threat of China, but we have to recognize our nation needs God. It needs the Word to be applied to our public life.
All right, Travis Weber, to be continued. We'll talk about this maybe next week when you have solutions to what you're proposing to the administration to address this.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to hold you.
Sounds good.